our next engine is.
Okay.
And what's after that?
Jeb.
No, Dudley.
Dudley.
That's career fair Dudley. So does everything look like it's in order?
Yeah, it looks like it is.
Okay, so the green button up on the top right is our launch button. Let's go ahead and launch it.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm excited.
I don't know if Dudley's ready.
My first rocket, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like going to school.
Okay, so I'm not going to explain a lot of the deeper things. I'm just going to try and get you up there. You have what's called stability assist. It's the computers keeping the craft. Oh, look at it already wobble. This is.
Give me a stethoscope.
Let's see what Dudley's doing.
I'm
Dudley's
better
doing.
with the stethoscope.
Dudley's blissfully unaware. They never told. Okay. So let me.
How can you? Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't put anything to.
I know. That's why I was thinking that. That's why it looks funny because you can't.
Because it's just
balance
wobbling.
It on the...
Well, you kind of are balancing it, and as long as you don't bump it, it's going to be
All
fine.
right, okay.
So you have what's called stability assist. That's the computer, just like in a real rocket, or imagine traction control in a car. That's the computer that's going to try and keep the craft level as it goes. Otherwise, without a computer, it's just going to kind of, be tossed back and forth. So we want to turn that on, and that would be press the letter T, I believe, on the keyboard. I think that's what. Yeah, so you see how SAS? That's the stability assist. You always want to have that on when you launch.
Okay.
This is your nav ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
This gives you the full, complete, total view of...
Throttle, G-force.
Yeah, that tells you everything you need to know. Okay. Your altimeter is up here.
Okay.
That's your vertical speed in, I think, meters per second. I'm pretty sure. And this is how dense you are in the atmosphere.
Okay.
So this is what you're going to want to do. To get into an orbit, you don't just want to go straight up. If you went straight up, do I have a ball anywhere? I'm going to use Poochie as the planet, okay? So if you went straight up, what would happen? Once you used all your fuel, if you're going straight up, what would happen?
You just come back down.
You'd come back down, okay? So you need to circularize your orbit because once you go up, you want to go to the side,
and
right?
Why is that?
An orbit is basically falling back to the Earth at the same speed that you're going forward. That's super simplified so that as you're falling down, you're also going this way. The net result is matching and going around in a circle.
So you're going to go into the orbit then?
Yeah, so you're falling and going at the same speed. Okay, that's super simplified, but you're falling to the Earth.
How do you get out of the orbit then?
We'll worry about that later. We want to get you into... You haven't even gotten into orbit.
Well, I want to get out of orbit.
Well, you're already out of orbit. You're just sitting there. So what you want to do is as you start going up, you want to start tilting your craft to follow the curve of Kerbal, right?
Right.
There are a lot of different sort of ascent profiles, which, the graph of how you're going to go up. There are a lot of different ascent profiles that people will say are good or bad. I'm just going to give you a super simple one to follow.
Okay.
Once you're at 10,000 meters.
Yes.
No, this is her very, very first launch. I actually started playing Kerbal on the PS4 last year, and I played that more than any game on the system at all. I mean, even more than Dark Souls, which is my favorite series right now. I played Kerbal more than anything, but she has never touched it. Literally first time touching it. So this, her absolute
and the
first
controls.
launch.
I don't know the
yeah, and the controls. I just started on. I bought this on the computer a week ago, I think. So playing on a PC is actually fairly new for me. I'm used to using the PS4 controller to control, so I actually find that a little bit easier. So this is it's still early for me on the keyboard. This is her first time touching it ever. So yeah, that's why we're a little worried. Let me show you the. Okay, just like the view, you use your WASD keys. Okay. The A and D are going to be your left and right.
Okay.
And the W and S are the forward and back.
Okay.
So
we're going to want to go left.
Yeah, we want to, when we take off, we want to go the same way the planet is rotating.
Okay.
And that would be putting on us an equatorial orbit because the Space Center is located on Kerbin's equator.
Okay.
So we want to be going the 90 degree, that's east. So we want to be going east.
Right.
So you'll see that line right there, the 45 degree.
Yes.
So look, 45 degrees, right? We want to be at 45 degrees by the time we hit 10,000 meters.
There's a 45. Okay.
You see
right there,
that big,
yeah,
the big
so
circle.
it has to turn. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
okay.
Watch your altitude.
So when it hits 10,000.
No, you want to start tilting slowly so it's progressive.
So it's not all of a sudden.
Exactly.
Get to 10,000 and then.
Perfect.
Throw
Yeah.
it over.
And since we only have one engine, we probably want to go full throttle. So hit Z.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah. No, this is just going full throttle. You haven't actually launched. You're just setting the throttle.
Okay.
So the shift and control are your throttle up and down. Watch how it changes subtly. See that?
Yeah. There's a lot to remember.
Yeah, it's like it's rocket science or something, right?
Goodness.
And all Dudley has to do is just sit there and not die. We'll see if that happens. Not going to happen. So that's your fine controls. If you need to max it out, Z and X are full and... See, watch. Cut, full, cut, full.
And then shift and control
are fine controls, yeah.
So we want to go at full thrust.
Yeah, you want to go full thrust.
But then we want to back off a little because we're going
Well, okay. Let's get even more complicated, shall we? Mach 1 up here,
yes.
it shows Mach 1. When you pass through Mach 1, that is what's called your max Q or your max dynamic pressure. As you go through the sound barrier, that's when there is the most force on your craft. And that means you're the least efficient. So what I like to do is go slower, get up a little bit in the atmosphere. You see the bar there?
Yes.
Go up a little bit at a moderate rate to get to the thinner atmosphere, and then I go a little bit harder in the throttle. That way you're not fighting the pressure as hard.
Okay, but we're at max throttle, so you got to cut back once we get going, once we start.
Yeah, but why don't you sort of just get a feel for it? When you're ready, get your fingers on the control keys.
Okay, but this is a fine tune. I want those too.
No, you need to control the craft. Don't worry about the throttle.
Okay, left and right. We want to go right.
When you're ready to launch, press space. You don't need the
space
bar. I don't mean the big floaty.
Okay. Where's space?
Yeah, go reach up and touch space. No, that's what you're trying to do.
Okay, here we go.
Let's press the space bar.
Okay, let's do it. No, enough talking. Let's launch.
We did launch.
Okay, now we're going to kind of turn right a little. We want to go right.
So what's happening?
Well,
how fast are you going?
Wait, not very fast. Let's see. Wait. No, make it go faster.
I'd watch which way you're pointing.
Wait,
you're pressing. No, you're pressing everything on the computer wrong.
It.
Okay,
fix
go back.
it. No, fix it.
Well, there goes Dudley. Back to the college fair. Okay, good. So what went wrong?
Everything. I don't know.
Might I make an observation?
Please.
The fastest you got going was 100 meters per second.
But it was full throttle.
Yeah. So what's the problem? If you're not going fast enough, even at full throttle, what's the problem?
There's not altimeter engine, not enough fuel.
There's not enough thrust.
Yeah.
So we need to go pick a new engine, don't we?
Yeah.
So go drag your mouse up by the altimeter there.
Yeah.
Up higher. It should be. Let me see. I thought if you hovered over. Oh, okay. Space Center. Yeah.
That
well,
was bad.
we're playing